He started his company way back in 2010. It's called the TM Group, focusing on construction and property development. We got him on the line right now, Teboho Mafodi. Did I say it right, Debza?
No, you said it right, my brother.
Yes!
Debo, how are you?
I'm good, and you, sir?
I'm great. I think I missed your Instagram TV chat about house flipping or buying your first property. Hey.
No, you did. You did.
Post it up again. Post it up on your highlights so that we can keep track of it.
No, definitely will do. And I want to correct you guys. It's not buying a neglected house.
Okay.
It's buying a below market house.
Mm.
Oh, okay. But how do you find a house that you think this has potential to become something valuable? Like, how do you go about finding that crib?
Okay. Let me take this opportunity to say hi to all the YFM listeners. And buying below market, there's a couple of ways in terms of doing that. One, auction. You could be buying that's a below market house. Then what we'd call distressed houses. Distressed houses is what we'd call motivated sellers. It's people that are not selling by choice, but they're selling by circumstance. So they're selling is either because they're moving, they're migrating to another city or to another town because of a job, or they're selling because they've ran out of a job. They're selling because there's death in the family or anything else. They call those motivated sellers. So that's why you see it's not necessarily a neglected house. It could be a house that is very well taken care of, but because of the seller is motivated to sell, those are good properties to sell. I always say with those, you make a cheeky offer, because obviously the point is to make money out of that property.
I think it's very easy for people to talk about buying houses through auction, and once we get there, there's so much red tape, especially now. Apparently there's new laws that have been put in place where auction houses are involved. With that, how did you go about doing it? And also, are there any other costs that are incurred when you buy a house that is auctioned?
Okay, buying a house specifically on auction, there's a couple of things that a seller must bear in mind. You need to have a deposit before anything. So, and half of the time, these days, auctioneers are actually smart. They'll sell you a house, they'll send you a list like the week on a Friday before, and only to find out the auction is on Monday. So sometimes you find people are bidding for houses they've never seen. So it's something that I always say, make sure that you go see and view the house that you want to bid for, so that you are sure what is there. So, I mean, for some of the experienced investors like us, we've been fortunate. Sometimes you've bid it only to find out they said there's a 2-bedroom there. You get there, there's a 4-bedroom. You know? So then it's a plus. And sometimes you say no, they give you an address, they're saying there's a house there, you need to go. Then you get there, there's no house, it's a stand. So that's why it's important to actually view the houses. Some of the things that you need to look out for is that some of these houses, they actually have rates and taxes because they are your cost. So the rates and taxes, you'd find that it's important that you need to check how much is this house owing, and am I going to be able to afford it. And another thing, there's what you call the auctioneer's commission and administration fees. Those are additional fees that you'd buy over and above the price that you're paying for that house.
Okay.
So if you don't have capital, right? Like, last question before we let you go. If you don't have capital and you go to the bank, and are banks supportive of the idea of you wanting to flip a house and them giving you money to buy into this property?
Okay. Sorry. Half of the time the bank will hardly ask you to say what you want to use the house for.
Okay.
You know, the bank, they're just happy that you come into them to actually look to want to buy a house. So for me, it's something that I always say that you do not need them, you don't owe them an explanation, and they do not want to know. So as long as for the fact that you're looking for a house, for a bank it's a lucrative deal, they're most especially going to entertain you. So, but one thing that I want to say to people that want to get into this game, people that are newly in this investing game, get somebody like me or whoever that is experienced. You know, there's what we call property housing. You know, property housing is when you buy a property without even having a cent in your pocket or whatsoever. You'll get a good deal. You'll come to somebody like me who's already an investor to say, this is the deal that I've got. This is how much the deal is looking at making. I would do a proper due diligence from it. Then I'll give you a commission for that.
Wow.
It's either I would say, I do not have money. You might not have money. I'll make an example. Right now, I'm busy. I'm flying somewhere. So now it's a question. I will say, no, it's fine. I'll pay for this house. You look after the renovations that are taking place. I'll give you whatever money that is. If ever, let's say we put it at 100,000, we could set it at 3. then you know that I've put in an additional 50, then it means we're coming out with about 150 profit out of it. Then you be getting, let's say, I'll make an example, 50,000 that you wouldn't have normally got. Did you have money when you went into this deal? No, you didn't. You know, it just requires you to be smart. And these days, I think maybe on another day, let's talk about, because right now in South Africa, it's an era that this property industry is worth about 6 trillion. As black people, we don't even own 1% of this. You know, and that's right deep. Now our government has launched a subsidy scheme that helps people buy their very first houses. People think it costs money to buy a house. It doesn't cost money anymore. You could get up to 122,000 free money that you could be using either towards your legal fees or towards your deposit. I think let's have the conversation about it. And you could earn as little as 3,000 to actually be able to even buy a house. It doesn't cost anything because people must just take advantage.
We need to have this chat very soon, actually, to educate everybody else.
No, definitely. I'm here to serve. You need me, just holler, I'll jump.
Nice one, man. Thank you very much. Hopefully we can holler and you can give us a couple of houses for free.
No, definitely. No. That's the whole point, guys. Everyone in studio must be owning houses by the end of this year, guys. Let's make sure.
Nice.
I love that. If people want to follow you, where do they find you, Tebza?
At Teboho Mafodi on Twitter, at Teboho Mafodi Instagram, it's Teboho Mafodi ever. Even my website, tebohomafodi.co.za. I'm very easy to find. Guys, let's make money. Let's own property.
Nice one, man. Shout out one time to Teboho. If you missed out on this conversation about house flipping, it's available right now on the YFM app.
Y recognizes the classics that raised us.